arm of the law.
What's good, everybody? Anthony here, 𝗕𝗘𝗢𝗠𝗘. Today I'm showing off Stallone's second figure in his lineup, 𝗕𝗘𝗢𝗠𝗘 from the 1986 classic Cobra. I purchased mine directly from Sly Stallone's shop back last year for $290 shipped, and he's finally made it to me this week. Those of you who do follow me know that I'm a huge fan of all things 80s and 90s movies, so you already know this was coming into the collection. And hey, if you didn't know that, that means you're new. And if you're new to the channel, man, you want to see some more news, reviews, and live streams, sure to hit that like button and subscribe, as it is greatly appreciated. Yeah, the details on this guy is actually pretty good, man. I mean, there was a little bit of a debate. I noticed, from the prototype image to now to the final product. I mean, there's a few things here that, I think may have needed some work, but otherwise, I think it's a great figure. All right, so let's get into this head sculpt here. I think the likeness is obviously there. Paint apps look pretty good. It does look a little bit off, not majorly, but compared to the prototype, I think this might be a little softer for final product, but this definitely captures the likeness of him for sure. There's a little bit of debate here. I don't know if it's just me. I do really like the paint, but it looks like the paint is a little bit darker than the body, like the neck. So there's that, but it's not like horrible. I mean, I don't really think you notice it too much, but you can kind of see what I'm talking about here. Like, it's just the skin tone. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Now, he does come with his shades. They're pretty easy to put on. You just gotta be a little careful. As you can see here, they don't like lock in or wrap around the ears, so they just kind of stick out on the sides here. As you guys can see, like I'm showing you, like right here, they just kind of hover on the hair. They are transparent, which is cool. You can see his eyes. Now, starting off with his pistol, we do have that signature Cobra finish here, which I think is awesome. Looks really good. I think the paint apps on this is pretty well done. You can see it does actually move backward and forward. Let's see if I can get a little focus here for you. So that's actually, that's kind of what we're used to with a lot of figures, but it's a nice touch. I'm glad it's not just one solid piece. Now, his SMG here, I do like it. It is accurate to the film, but it is kind of, I don't know if it's just mine, but you can see on the top here, this comes off really easy, and it's kind of a pain to put back on. Same with the front here, like this just falls off, and I don't know, like for me, I think it's good, don't get me wrong, but it's really fragile. So not in the sense that will break, but see, as you can see here, like they'll fall off. They're just not very secure. So once you get them set, I'd recommend not messing with it, because it's going to keep falling. At least mine is. Let me know if you guys have him and if this happens to you, but this is definitely having a problem on my end, but otherwise it's pretty cool looking, and it is accurate to the film. Magazine does come out, which is always nice. Unfortunately, there's no ammo inside. It's just completely hollow, but you can see here, I have to keep fastening this. So he does come with 2 frag grenades. These are actually all plastic, just to let you guys know, if you're used to getting any of like the 𝗕𝗘𝗢𝗠𝗘 World War IIs. Usually we get a lot of die cast. These are not die cast, but they're cool. Now, here is his Los Angeles Detective Police badge. Pretty cool. Detailing is nice. Don't have any issues with that. You do see here it does have that clip. You can just go ahead and slide it into his pocket or his belt if you want to. Usually he had it slid into the pocket, so that's kind of where I have it on my figure. Okay, so back to the sunglasses. You can see that you can see through them. That is pretty nice, so you can see his eyes very well. They are flimsy. As you can see here, I would be very careful if you're going to start playing around with the glasses, trying to get him on his head, just moving him around. They're a little flimsy, so just be careful. The watch is pretty good detail. Now, it's holstered. This is my big problem. So, if you're used to 6 scale collecting, whether it's Hot Toys, Enter, I mean, the cheap glue. So right there, I just have a little bit of tape. I'll glue it later, but you can see the glue immediately, like within the first 5 minutes, came off that one side and came off the back side. So you can see I've got it glued in like 2 different places. I mean, makeshift. I just used some double-sided tape real quick just to show you. Kind of a bummer. I do actually like it, because it's part of his character, but it's just kind of cheaply glued together. He does hold 3 magazines here, but it is that kind of pleather material, and I can already tell that it's kind of cheap. I don't know any other way to say it. That's one of my biggest concerns, especially since mine wasn't glued right. That kind of irritated me. but it is cool, but I would be careful with it. If yours drops, I'd recommend getting like some fabric glue. That's what I'm going to do later. The wrist pegs are pretty standard. I haven't had any issues. I heard a couple people had some broke, but fortunately they do give you a couple of extras. So far so good for me. As you can see, snapping a hand right into the peg, I'm not having any problem, just barely twisting and then popping it right in. So no issues there. Pretty standard. Now as far as articulation's concerned, I mean, you do get your standard 90-degree upward here, as you can see. All right, so you should know that this is single jointed, as you can see here. Kind of a bummer. I mean, I guess it's a matter of preference. I don't know why it's single jointed, but it is, and that's just kind of what we're gonna have to deal with. But that's just for the elbows. The knees do have double joints. They do have this double bend, as you can see here. Not a problem at all. Basic articulation, like what you guys are used to in a figure. Like I said, the only real difference here is that he's single jointed in the elbows. Now he has a pretty decent ab crunch. It helps having the cloth top material, so he does actually have some pretty good range of movement here. Okay, so I had to bust out some other guys here. So I just wanted to show you that this is the 3-0 Rambo First Blood, who is just a little shorter, and we'll just talk about that here in just a second, versus Stallone. Then we've got John Matrix Arnold Schwarzenegger here. This is a Hot Toys version, who's actually a little shorter, which doesn't really make sense to me. So looking at the 3-0, he's 30.5 centimeters. With this Stallone, Cobra is 32.8, and with Hot Toys' Arnold, it's 31.7, which is not quite in line, right? I mean, Arnold is I believe taller than Stallone, so, but they're approximately good. They're approximately, 12 inches. It's just, I'm not too sure. Like putting them up to the 3-0 Rambo, proportion wise, I don't think it doesn't look as accurate to me personally. I still really like it, but you can see here, something seems a little off. Now, I will note that he is pretty heavy. Here, that's the first thing I noticed when I got him out of the box. He is 421 grams. It's pretty heavy, guys. I mean, it's a nice, sturdy body. Now, if you were to take somebody like the 3-0 Rambo, he's kind of clocking in at almost 300 grams. So it's over 100 grams heavier. Overall, I'm quite happy with this release, though. The pros definitely are having the Cobra figure in the collection. Of course, the soft goods are great. The paint apps and likeness are there for sure. I especially really like the Cobra base as well. I am a little disappointed with the glue falling off, but what can you do? I guess that's an easy fix on my end. And the single jointed arms, not a big fan. Not really sure why they went with that design decision, but that could just be me nitpicking. I do prefer double jointed figures. $290 price tag. I suppose that's debatable. I don't find it too bad, to be honest with you, but I wish some of the quality was a little better, but still a great addition to the Stallone Legacy Collection. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think in the comments below, your thoughts on this figure, if you have him or if you plan on getting him. Let's continue the conversation below. And thanks again, guys, for watching, and I'll see you guys later.